Hey, I'm Tanner Bowden. I am the staff writer on Gear Patrol's Outdoors and Fitness Desk, and I'm going to tell you how to fuel up for a long bike ride to avoid bonking.
15 seconds. That's about how long it takes to open up a whole new sensation in the all-new Lexus LC convertible. The feelings of warm sun and cool breeze, the sound of heart-pounding engine notes. And that's on top of the exhilaration you feel from peak performance. With real-time suspension dampening, a lightweight chassis, and agile handling, the LC convertible arrives without compromise. The all-new Lexus LC convertible. Experience amazing at its most amazing.
So before we talk about these products and how you're gonna use them while you're out on your ride, we're gonna talk about why you even need to think about your nutrition for a long distance bike ride in the first place. And the primary reason for that is to avoid bonking. Now bonking, which is this silly word, is what cyclists call this point of exhaustion in which your body and your mind are totally incapable of riding another foot. Obviously, that is bad. Bonking is bad. It doesn't do anything for your fitness. It can actually damage your workout and the gains that you might otherwise make. There is a lot of science behind bonking and what's happening in your body. And the easiest way to put that is that the body becomes depleted of glycogen. You can just think about that as carbohydrate depletion. Luckily, bonking is entirely avoidable, and the way to do that is through nutrition. So these are the products you're going to need. First, carbohydrate drink mix, like Maurten's Drink Mix 160. You're also gonna need more traditional hydration electrolyte drink mix, like Scratch's Sport Hydration Mix. And you're gonna wanna have a couple bars as well. Cliff bars are a great choice. And then you're gonna want some combination of gels. This is one from Goo, which is a very popular gel company. Or you can use chews, like Cliff's Blocks. So now we are going to talk a little bit more in depth about the products that you're gonna be using. Now the first two are ones that you're going to be drinking from your water bottles with, starting with a high carbohydrate drink mix. So now in the past, these kinds of products have gotten a little bit of a bad rap because they were known to cause a lot of stomach issues. But in recent years, they've gotten really, really good. Now this one right here is Maurten's Drink Mix 160. There's another version as well. But this is kind of the top-notch, cutting edge. This is one that plenty of record-breaking pro athletes are using. And what this is gonna do is deliver the highest amount of carbohydrates that your body can digest in a slow absorbing form through your water bottle. There's a lot of science that goes into making a product like this, but the easiest way to think about it is it's just like the most efficient way to get the most amount of carbs into your body very easily because you're just sipping out of a bottle. Now, the second product that you're gonna be using with your water bottles is just a traditional hydration mix. This is Scratch's Sport Hydration Mix, and you probably are very familiar with these. The main goal of these is to replenish everything that your body is losing as it sweats. So electrolytes is kind of the primary focus here, although they do often come with lower amounts of carbohydrates as well. And then this next one is another one that you likely know very, very well, the energy bar. This one here is Cliff's. Cliff, hugely famous for bars. Any bar is kind of gonna do the same thing, which is provide you, when consumed during the earlier part of a ride, with essentially a foundation of carbs and nutrition in a form that your body is going to digest slowly over time. So really what you want to do is have these towards the earlier part of the ride, and then that's going to carry you through towards the end, towards hours 4 and 5 when you aren't going to be eating these anymore. They come in tons of flavors. This one right here, for example, is part of a coffee collection, caramel macchiato, which sounds pretty good to me. The next products that we have here we call chews. These are essentially like adult sport gummies. We like to think of this as essentially a form of quick energy. So as opposed to a bar, this is something that your body can digest really quickly. Cliffs, blocks, for example, do come with electrolytes built into them as well. So you get kind of like a double kick in that one. And then last but not least, we have gels, which are these kind of goopy things in a little packet here that you squeeze into your mouth. Again, these are very similar to chews in that this is a form of quick energy. So you're gonna be thinking about taking these more towards the end of your ride rather than at the start. You can use these interchangeably with chews. One thing about these is that with most of them, if not all of them, you do want to be having a little sip of water after you take one of these just to help your body digest it and avoid having some gastric issues that again, some of these products are known for that, but there is a way around that. Just because this is a crazy flavor, Boston cream pie. So these come in all kinds of flavors too. Now, all of these sport products that you see have been specially formulated to deliver these simple energy providing carbohydrates to you in a very efficient way. But just eating them and drinking them willy-nilly isn't enough. You do have to have a little bit of strategy in how much you eat or drink and how often you eat or drink these things while you're out on a ride. Now, you don't need these for short rides, but once you get into 3, 4, 5 hour rides, that's when you really need to think about your strategy on how you're consuming these products. I'm gonna show you how to do this in depth, and we're gonna go out for a ride in a minute. But in case you wanna see all the steps written out in one place, here they are. Step 1, start with hydration. Step 2, consume more in the first hour. Step 3, alternate your fuel. Step 4, after 2 hours, add gels and chews. Let's say that we're going for a 5-hour bike ride. Now, there are certain times when you want to be fueling and certain times when you want to be fueling with particular products and not with particular products. So step 1 to this 5-hour bike ride example is to start with hydration. Now, hydration is kind of a no-brainer. What we're gonna be doing for this ride is we're gonna have 2 water bottles. One is gonna have that high carb drink mix that we talked about, and the other one is gonna have a traditional electrolyte drink mix. Now, this is from the very beginning of your ride. Doesn't matter if you're thirsty or not, you're gonna start drinking out of both of those bottles, alternating between them every 15 minutes or so, or whenever you feel like you wanna get a sip. And you don't need to be gulping half of your bottle every time you do this. It's all about taking little sips intermittently throughout your entire ride. So that's from the hour 1 all the way through to the end of hour 5. You're gonna be hydrating the entire time. Step 2 in this scenario, this 5-hour bike ride, is simply to consume more at the beginning of the ride. So within the first hour, within the first 2 hours, you really wanna be going for your bars. These are your long-lasting, foundational fuel source products, and you wanna be eating those early on in the ride. Essentially, the point of this is to get your body that slow burning energy versus that like quick burning sugar that you're getting from your bottles and these things that you're gonna eat towards the end. So eat more towards the beginning. You might, in our 5-hour bike ride, you might have 1 bar in hour 1, and maybe you're doing half the bar in the first half hour and the other half in the second half hour, and then another bar or another half bar even in hour 2. Another thing that kind of goes along with that is just that the further you get into your ride, the less you're gonna wanna eat, essentially. So by eating these kind of like harder to chew and get down things early on, you're ensuring that you're gonna get that energy, versus at the end when you might not really wanna be eating that. So again, eat more at the beginning of the ride. Step 3 is simply to alternate with your fuel. And an example of what I mean by that is, later on in the ride, let's say hours 2 and 3, leading up to hour 4, you want to continue to be doing what you've already been doing. So a big part of that is simply alternating between your 2 drink mixes that you have in your bottle. And it's also right around this time, probably hour 2.5, that you're probably gonna run out of whatever's in your bottles. So I have 2 24-ounce bottles here. I might go through those in 2 hours, essentially. So you wanna build a refill stop into your ride if you can, a gas station or a water fountain that you know of. And you also wanna bring extra packs of your mixes because you do wanna be continuing to take those through the entirety of the ride. Step 4 is add in gels and chews. Now, in this 5-hour bike ride that we're going on, we're going to think about doing that between hours 2 and 3. So we're talking about the second half of your ride. A great thing about gels and chews is that they're really easy to dose, especially the chews. You can eat half of this packet and then just kind of twist it up and shove it back in your pocket. But the way you want to be eating these products is about every 20 minutes or so. So you're gonna have a serving of chews. 20 minutes later, you might have the second half of your package of chews, or you might have a gel instead. It's kind of up to you which one you like better and which one feels easier to eat as you're getting a little bit more tired towards the end of your ride. Just make sure that you have enough, to get through hours 3 to 4 and then hours 4 to 5. And then with any of this stuff, we're going for a 5-hour bike ride in this example, but say you're going for a 6-hour ride or a 7-hour ride. The key to adapting this strategy is just to sort of extend it. So maybe if you're going for a 7-hour bike ride, you're gonna throw another bar in at the beginning, and you're gonna use that same strategy with the gels and chews of kind of measuring them out in those 20-minute blocks and sort of going from the end, making sure that you have enough to get you to the end. And same thing with your drink mixes, meter out how often you're gonna be drinking those, when you're gonna run out, and just make sure that you have enough. It's not a terrible idea to end the ride with some extra chews or half a bar in your pocket or whatever it is, as long as that keeps you from bonking. So that's it. That's how you fuel up for a long bike ride. It's pretty simple once you have the right products and just know a little bit about how to use them and when to use them. So we hope you liked the video. Please leave a comment or drop us a question in the comment section below. Tell us how you fuel up for a long ride, or if you have any favorite products or particularly favorite flavors, shoot those our way too. And happy riding.